So what's up, family and friends? I wanted to make a quick video to share something with you that I'm using that I'm loving so far. I'll be honest, I've only had this for about a week myself. A friend that I have, one of my friends, they've been using this for about a year, and they've been telling me about it off and on, but I just um, always was busy and never took the time to look into it, and I finally did, and I'm loving it. So what I want to talk to you about real briefly today is the Robinhood app. You may have seen advertisements for it or seen commercials for it, but it's basically an app you can have on your phone, you can have it on your computer, so you can log into it from anywhere. It's free, so there's no cost to download the Robinhood app. There's no monthly fees or no charges with it, and it allows you to buy and sell stock. And build your own portfolio. It's very user friendly, so you can see all your stocks in there. You can search for stocks that you want to buy. You can research information on stocks. Once you buy a certain stock, it'll automatically populate some information in there when you click on your share of that stock, and you can see what's going on with that company every day. The thing I love about it, like I said, this is no charge. So if you want to invest in the stock market, typically you have to go through a broker, you have to pay a fee to buy and sell stocks. Sometimes there's even a monthly fee associated, and a lot of times you even have to buy a whole share of a stock. So stocks can cost as little as $1 to over $300, depending on the stock. You know, a stock like Facebook, for example, or Amazon, they're over $300 just for one share of that stock now. Um, Now, the neat thing and why that's important is with Robinhood, you don't have to buy a whole share. So if you download the app for free and you, let's say you only have $5 a month, you can invest right now. You can put that, invest that money into the Robinhood account, pick your stock you want to invest in, and you can buy a fraction of a share. So you could buy $5 worth of Facebook, even though that whole stock is worth $300 per one share. You could buy $5. Now you're only going to own 0.000 some percent of it, but over time you can keep investing your $5. You can invest in multiple stocks that way too. So you can invest in individual stocks, but you can also invest in index funds. If you haven't heard of an index fund, it's basically where a company has grouped a bunch of stocks together, like the S&P 500, or there's a few other ones. I actually think I'm invested in the S&P 500, and I have probably about 10 or 15 stocks, individual stocks that I'm invested in, like Exxon and Philip Morris and different companies. But the S&P 500, they basically have, it could be 100 stocks that's in one group, and it diversifies your investment instead of having individual stocks. So you can do a combination. You could just go one route or the other route. But either way, it's all free, and you don't have to have the full amount to buy a whole share. You can buy a fraction of the share. The other thing I'm using Robinhood for is I'm investing in dividend stocks in Robinhood. So many of those stocks I named, they're dividend earning stocks, and it'll tell you, you can research that and look up which companies pay dividends or which stocks pay dividends, but you can find that information in the app too. And for example, Exxon pays dividends, Facebook pays dividends. So that means that that company pays you just because you own part of that stock or part of that, that stock or full stock or part of the stock. So of course, the more shares you own or the more of the stock you own, the more dividend payment you would make, because it's like a percentage of the amount. And it's not a lot, to be honest with you. But that's when people talk about making passive income and having their money work for them. That's usually what they're talking about, is the dividend payment that you would get. Some companies pay dividends once a month, some pay quarterly, some pay semi-annually or even annually. So this is how you'll actually get a check. And that goes into your Robinhood account. I've had my Robinhood account for a month, and I had two companies pay me dividends in that month already. And I forget the two companies off the top of my head, but one paid me like $1.32, and the other one paid me like 40 cents. But I probably only own one share of both stocks. And so you can also do something with Robinhood called DRIP, or dividend reinvestment. So you can set your account up to automatically reinvest your dividend, the money that you earned off of that stock, back into the stock. So now you're buying, even though it's a little bit, you're buying a little bit more and more. And so over time, that amount grows and grows and grows, along with you continue to invest your $5 a month. Maybe you have $200 a month, whatever they're $200 at bi-weekly every time you get paid. Um, but the thing is, you can invest what you feel comfortable investing, whether it's $5 or $100 at no charge, and play the stock market. Um, and you can invest in, again, companies that are safe, so you're not really taking a huge risk. Anytime you invest, you're taking a risk, but again, companies like Exxon, Clorox, Procter and Gamble, American Airlines, Wells Fargo, Verizon, we know these companies may be taking a hit now, which is actually why it's a good time to invest, which is why I really pursued getting into it now. The companies may take a hit now, but they're going to make it out of this. Some people are investing in risky stocks, and I actually did a little bit of that where I invested in Hertz, the car loan company, and I think they're getting ready to go out of business. But their stock had dropped. I invested in it, and then it actually doubled for a couple days, and I didn't sell it when I should have. So I had one stock where I was kind of playing the stock market with. It doubled, I didn't sell it, and then it dropped back down. So some people do try to do that, the day trading stuff. I might play around with a cheap stock and do that every now and then, but mostly I'm invested in companies that I know are going to be around for a while and that pay dividends where I'm constantly earning money. Along with my stock, the share of that stock, like an Exxon or Facebook or whoever, I know over time is going to increase, and it's going to be worth even more. So I'm making money both ways. And I'm just looking at my notes to make sure I said everything I wanted to say. And I talked about how it's free, it's no cost to buy and sell. The only thing with this app that I looked at sideways initially was the fact that you have to put your bank account information in there, but that's so that you can transfer money into your Robinhood account to then, invest. And also so you can transfer money out of your Robinhood account back into your bank account. If you want to take out the money that you earn for your dividends, or let's say you put $100 into your Robinhood account and you only wanted to invest $50 and you want to take the other $50 out, you could. Or if you sell all your stocks and then you want to take the money out, you could do that. The reason why I'm sharing this with people, because you can actually go into your app store and download the Robinhood account for free on your own, wouldn't cost anything. And like I said, you're not part of a team or anything like that, so you just own the app. You get your free stock and you can actually do nothing with it and it will just be there. You can invest as you choose to. But the reason why I'm really sharing this with people is because they're doing something to where if you share the app with somebody, I have a link that I can share with you. You get a free stock, which you would get anyway, but also the person that shares it gets a free stock too for just sharing. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. But you don't have to use my link. You can do it on your own. I just wanted to share this with family and friends that I thought might be interested in investing in the stock market, especially those of you that are really young. I wish I had known about something like this and had started getting into this, in my late teens, early 20s, when I could have put $5 in a month or something to see how that snowball effect takes place. Because it's my goal in I don't know how many years, depends on the stock market, but it's my goal to make enough money every month with my Robinhood account to be able to pay some of my bills, if not all my bills. And that's why I'm being kind of aggressive. I'm actually taking half of the money I was putting in my savings account every time I got paid and investing it into the stock market with my Robinhood account. And again, investing in stocks that I know are pretty safe. They're not going out of business today or tomorrow. So wanted to share that information with you. I'm going to share my link to where you can download the app. I'm going to share with you at least one link to a YouTube video. I was going to try to create my own, and I still may, but I'm going to share a link with you to a YouTube video where somebody has, they're kind of showing you what the app looks like and how to navigate it and what you do in it. But again, you could research that on your own too and just type in Robinhood in Google or YouTube and see, tons of people are using it, and you can see kind of how it works to get a feel of it. So feel free to respond to me if you have any questions, and be blessed. I love you. God bless.